All right, YouTube, we're back with another one, family. Welcome back to another video. As always, we're gonna get right into it, man. Wanted to talk to y'all real quick about holster compatibility with the Radian ramjet and afterburner. I've been seeing a couple different threads online, a couple posts about concerns on running a certain type of holsters with the ramjet, because as y'all know, it does add just a little bit of extension to your barrel. It is a micro comp, so it's not as bulky, not nearly as bulky as any other comps that you may see out there. So that is a good thing. That is a plus one on what you also spending your money on. You're getting a minimal design, minimum bulk, so it doesn't add too much length, like I said, but while it does add a little bit, that could be a concern for certain holsters that are closed off at the bottom. And this is one of the holsters that I run. This is primarily the holster that I do run for this pistol, because it is a light bearing holster, tier 1 concealment. If y'all know about tier 1, then y'all know they're the real deal, man. This is probably one of the best holster companies out there. And no, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not in business with them in any form, shape, or fashion. I bought this with my own money, so I'm not saying this just because this is tried and true. This is actually my second product from them. I bought a holster from them last year. This one I also bought last year as well, but I bought a holster like this before this one, and it was so good, the quality of it, that I thought I'd just go ahead and buy another one. And y'all know we're getting into spooky season, man. So as y'all can see, I got the orange out there. Halloween is upon us. October is upon us. Fall is upon us. So y'all know I had to bring out Mike Myers, man. And I got this custom. This was like a limited edition holster that they had. I got this last year around the fall time. Great holster, like I said. I had to do it up, man, because this is one of my favorites. Iconic, man. Just iconic figure right here. So it adds a little bit of pop, and it's just the perfect time. I rock this all year, not just for the fall, y'all. This is my EDC, so when I am carrying this is the holster that I use. But once again, that brings me back to holster compatibility. In case y'all wanted to know, holsters like this is always good to look out for, especially if you plan on running something like this, a compensator for your EDC. If not, then it won't really matter. But just because it has that cutout, if you do plan on running even a bigger gun with an extended barrel, like a full-size Glock 47 or 17 or even a 34, you won't have any issue with this, because the cutout right there, it allows you to go ahead and no, I'm not flagging the camera, y'all. It allows you to go ahead and run extended barrels if you want to, because as y'all know, this is the retention on this thing is no joke, man. Had to kind of yank that out of there. But yeah, I don't really adjust the attention too much on this. Pretty much the way it came was perfect. It's not too much. I don't like a whole lot of retention on my holsters, but this holster, the retention that they send it with, the way they got the screws already clocked, it's perfect for me. I like it because, like I said, I don't like too much retention. So yes, when you put the gun in there, it is locked in. It's not going anywhere. But at the same time, with a nice firm pull, you can get it out in time. You carry it in the waistband. That's something you do want to practice on, what retention levels work for you. But like I said, I prefer a lighter retention just because. But basically, this is the MSP holster. I believe it stands for like Modern Samurai Project. And this is a universal. I was gonna say UFO, man. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but this is a universal holster. So any pistol that you put, it'll run just about any pistol that you put in here, as long as you attach the Surefire X300, which brings me back to why I like running certain lights on my pistols, and lights in general, because if you have a light bearing holster, most of the time it's gonna be able to run pretty much any pistol you swap out with on your EDC in that holster, as long as you're carrying that light. But it's a plus. I never even intended I was gonna get the X300 when I got this holster. But because it has the open cutout at the bottom, that's just another plus, which brings me around to why I like the tier 1 concealment holsters. Because of the open bottom, you won't even have to worry about, you can actually run this comp even on a Glock 17, and you won't have to worry about the closed off bottom, because since it's open, it's cut out, you can run an extended barrel on there. So in case y'all were wondering, this is a good alternative if you already run an X300 and you plan on adding a Radian ramjet afterburner. you won't have any issues. Look how much room I actually have there. Even with the comp on it, I still got about this much space. So just so you know, pretty much any handgun, any pistol you decide to run on here with the X300 will clear. So there's no issues there whatsoever. And like I said, that's one of the main reasons why I like this holster, because I got tired of buying holsters, man. I've been through quite a few, not a whole lot, but quite a few since I've been on my firearm journey and trying to figure out what works for me. And being as though that I love running lights on pretty much all my pistols that I've ever had, and the ones that I have now, I just prefer it that way. And in all honesty, this was like a no-brainer. You know what I mean? A universal holster that just fits one light. Granted, this is the only light that I have right now aside from my old light, and I also have a NW waistband, IWB waistband holster for that light bearing. So any pistol that I attach that old light to, that specific holster is catered to that light. So for some of you, y'all might not like that, but for people like me that's running a light, it'll definitely work out good for you, because if you decide to swap out your EDC and you want to attach this on another pistol, it's just so easy. You slap it on whatever pistol you want, and most of the time it's going to fit. You won't have to worry about any fitment issues, because I originally bought this holster for my Echelon when I had it. I wasn't even running my 19X with the Surefire at the time. I had the Olight, the PL Turbo, and I also had a light bearing holster for that. So that was primarily what I ran, was the Works holster, which I don't even have that right now in the area. But when I ran this with the Olight PL Turbo, that was what I primarily ran. The PL Turbo on my 19X with the Olight, with the Works holster, which was, like I said, also a cutout, a light bearing cutout holster. So I prefer them. I know a lot of y'all probably don't. I know there's a lot of back and forth lately about the lights and everything. Either way, you find with me, it's just wanted to give y'all a quick tip on, if y'all, like I said, if you're already running a Glock 19 or 19X or even a 17 configuration with the Surefire, and you do plan on adding this, this is a great opportunity, a great alternative, you know, if you're looking around for holsters, because the one good thing about Surefire is it is a well-known company, so you will find plenty of holsters out there. But like I said, all holsters are not going to be like this one. You know, there are some holsters that are going to be closed off at the bottom, but the ones that are not, that have to cut out like this tier 1 you see here, like I said, it's just a plus, because you won't have to worry about the whole compensator, you know, not fitting, because it's adding length to the barrel now. It's still going to clear with no issues. And I know I keep showing y'all, but it just kind of will show y'all the whole point of the holster, that you don't have to worry about it. So pretty much all this really does is just turn your Glock 19X into a full-size Glock 17 or 47. So no need to worry about that. But yeah, man, like I said, I think tier 1 is a great holster overall. I know this video is not necessarily about tier 1, but this is the holster that I'm primarily always running when I run the 19X. I pretty much don't run any other holsters. I have another tier 1 concealment holster, and I don't even know. I think, let me see, I got it right here. This was the, I think this is the Access Elite, if I'm not mistaken. This was the first one that I purchased right here. And as y'all can see, it's a little bit smaller in profile than the MSP. You probably won't be able to tell on camera, but the MSP is slightly wider. But I think that's to be able to fit other pistols, you know, kind of be able to cater to other pistols with the light. Whereas though this was specifically for a Glock 19, so it's probably not gonna fit too many other guns unless it's a Glock profile, which will probably be a 19 or a 17 with also the X300 cutout. And let me see if this will, see, as you can see, I'm already having issues with this one. It won't go in all the way, and that's because the light and also the comp, it's not cut out for the comp. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit more tightened up in here, because I got this for the Glock 19 with the X300, but because I think I have the comp on there, it's not clearing. You know what I mean? Like it's stopped right there. It's not even cleared all the way. I mean, you can see how far the gun's sticking out. But this is for my Glock 32 actually, which is basically a Glock 19. So if it's that, it caters to that more, and which is another reason that brings me back to the MSP. Just being as though it's a universal holster, it's always gonna win, because anytime I need to run any other pistol on here, if I decide to, just take the light off, slap it on something else, and there you go. And that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, you can't go wrong with this. If you decide to get the Radian ramjet and you're looking for a holster option, you know, this is probably not the cheapest, but I mean, quality over quantity, right? And that's kind of how I look at it. You know, buy once, cry once for certain things, maybe not everything. But when it comes to holsters, yes, I do like a good, comfortable holster that pretty much can, you know, be able to run everything that I have on my pistol with no issues. So this is it for me. And I'm gonna pretty much end the video here, man. That's all I got for y'all today. If y'all want to know anything else, y'all already know, man. Hit me up in the comments. Otherwise, I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Y'all be safe out there.